Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special episode of Minecraft Xbox One Survival Let's Play. Today is episode 50. Today is the very first world tour on this world. I don't think I've actually ever done a world tour before, which is something going to be new for me and new for you guys as well. But I first of all wanted to show you a creative copy of the world back from episode 14 and before. This is before we did any work on the major spawn town, which has taken up most of our time in this world to this date. So as you will see, it has changed quite a significant bit. Yeah, the village that used to be here is gone, obviously. All these trees don't exist. That mountain doesn't exist. Neither does that one. And most importantly, if you kind of can see, let me just do a bit of flying over here. All of this doesn't exist. It's all at the same height as this. This water is actually buried under about 6 deep area of water of blocks and dirt. This was all dug down to make the lower section up to about that line there. That's the same water, which is where the upper part of the world is now. And obviously, there's no tracking, which makes it really strange not looking at a track all the time. And obviously, all this area has changed as well. So let's swap over to our world then, shall we? And we will see what we have done in the first 50 episodes of this season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in our world, which we have worked for over 2 years and 50 episodes to get to this point. I wanted to show you from the exact spot I was just studying what it looks like now. And boy, oh boy, has it changed. We've worked so very hard over this 2-year period back from November 2015 when we reset from Siege Season 2 to the current Siege Season 3 world. Back then it being a survival multiplayer server, and it has since changed into a very more sort of, well, single player survival world. Back then when we thought we could open a public server and everything changed and the Xbox just isn't capable of doing that sort of stuff, so I thought I would kind of just stand up here and show you everything we have done, including listening to that motorbike go past outside. That's fun by me. So I thought we would start this off at the very beginning. We're going to ignore the spawn town for now. We're going to ignore the arena and the skeleton farm. We're going to go all the way over here to the very start of where it all began. It began with these 2 main pathways and a small house on top of a snowy hill. These pathways were built by hand by us in probably the first 2 or 3 days of this world. We were sick of going up and down this mountain without anything to do. This was actually dug down afterwards. We actually started climbing up and down it on the front side over here, which I'll show you in a second. But I'm very proud of this curved walkway that I've done here. It suits it really well, because all of this didn't look like this either, because it was all lit up. This used to be the very first place. This was our ghetto mob farm. Because of the fact that it's underneath this peninsula, mobs will spawn here day and night. It's also the area where I got the first couple of skeleton music discs in the introduction for the very first episode. Was in this area right here, before you could obviously all demolished down. Because obviously back then I was moving around quite a lot. I was just helping people out. Ignoring the weird bridge that never got finished, you can kind of see the path as it curves up. I'm going to head up it now for one last nostalgia trip, because I haven't been in this area for well over almost 6 to 8 months now. We made one little trip up here a couple of episodes back, just to see how everything was. It's a nice nostalgia trip really at this point, because back when I built this, it was all made out of dirt. The grass grew up it, and then the snow covered it, and I thought it was amazing. The slabs really make it work as well, and then it goes all the way over to the jumping platform, which was in the Coming Soon trailer before we even started the series of episodes. I think down there at the moment there's a slime block, because I'm looking slightly to the right and below my cursor now. There's a slime block down there, which is pretty cool. I wonder if there's a bed. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't need a bed because mine's in my inventory. There we go. We'll just sleep. We'll set it today so you can kind of see the whole area in the bright daytime sun. Okay, don't blow my bed up. Thanks, creeper. So why did it let me sleep if that creeper was so close to me? If he was tracking me, it should have given me monsters nearby. Very strange and very destructive. Is there a bed here? Okay, there's a bed here. I'm going to take the red bed. But yeah, this was Kaylee's base back when we actually started working together. Not a chance, creeper. I'm not having 2 explosions today. I'm tempted to actually move all of this stuff up here and leave the chests and the crafting benches as nostalgia purposes. Like, there's a full enchant setup up here, which would be very useful to just pick up and move. There's bits of tools in here, some netherrack, some dirt. There's all sorts over here. And this was actually the episode, was it episode 2? We did split perspectives with Mark. And we did that no, for goodness me. What is with creepers on this hill? I feel sorry for Kaylee with all these creepers that were up here. No wonder she kind of left this area. Let's grab some of that dirt. We better repair that as we go along. Can't leave things like this. I mean, I'll just do a quick botch job on this. I mean, I'm probably never going to be back up here again unless I decide to change my mind and build something up here. So let's just cover it up. Nobody's going to notice anyway. You may notice I'm sniffling a little bit today as well, which isn't really my problem. It's high pollen, and it's awful. I don't tend to get allergies too much, but high pollen is really just a pain in my butt. I'm also on classic crafting at the moment. I'm trying to teach myself to remember all the stuff in this game, because there's certain things that I find it's better to challenge myself than not do anything at all. Yeah, it's one of those things. So we can head up to the farm over here, past the baby zombie, which isn't burning for some reason, because baby zombies don't burn, and their hitbox is stupid. Let's just kill you. Thank you very much. Let's go over the... This must be the first bridge that was built in the world, because for the first month or so, I don't think I really started any of my bases. I worked on the skeleton farm a little bit in probably the first 10 episodes or so, but that was about it, really. This was probably the go-to potato, carrot, food farm for the first probably 2, 3, 4 months of this world. So obviously we've got the very early jungle saplings up here as well. I think there's a chest full of stuff there, isn't there? Pumpkin... Wood. There it is. That's the chest I'm looking for. All that stuff in there. So much potential to just take back. And all these potatoes as well. We could probably borrow them for our villagers at some point as well. But yeah, this is a nice little starter area. It worked for us while we were here. But we should probably move on to looking at other things, because this episode is going to be ridiculously long if we keep rambling on about the smallest of things. So, moving on, we're going to head over to the skeleton farm next, because that was my next major project. But just bear with me just one moment while I clear my sinuses, and we'll be right back here. Round 2 at trying to summarize everything that's in my world. So we're over here at the skeleton farm, which was probably started in about episode 8 or 9. This is actually a recreation of an exact copy of an arena I built way back in late 2013 in my original Pocket Edition LP. It was tweaked, obviously, since then, because we've got the triple skeleton grinder underneath it, which was just a nice find to find very early on. But the old Pocket Edition world used to have spawners, not really spawners, but more like mob spawning potential, because back then, when I played Pocket Edition, it didn't even have caves. And that's how different it was to how it is now. And it is basically an exact copy, besides the fact that it's got this small little rim of a platform around the outside at the top that you can just walk around on. And we presume that people would have been spectating here, but why is there dirt and gravel up here? I don't remember doing that. That doesn't seem right to me. And where's the nearest exit? There it is. But yeah, so this is the arena. It looks good from above as well. I like it. I think it's worked out really well. Plus, it's got a beacon in the middle for strength. So let's head on to the sides. There's just a little bit of redstone here, which was never finished for some part of the game. There was supposed to be a torch tower here. We can probably jump down here, actually. You can probably see all the torch towers for stuff. And then a timer system, which was being worked on at the time to try and get the game figured out. Maybe one day we'll finish this. Who knows? Because the skeleton grinder needs a little bit of work again to get it sorted. This is our recent addition. This is the nether portal to this area. We've kind of decorated it a little bit with just a couple pillars, some nice decorated staircases, bit of andesite in the walls. Still more dirt that needs to be removed. I feel like something's gone on here, like it's been overwritten, because I don't remember this much stuff. For example, that wall of dirt right there. So it's mirrored on both sides. You can go up and down either side. I was hoping to find some more spawners, but the only spawner we found is a zombie dungeon, which is behind this wall here. We'll actually get to see it when we're down here anyway. But this is the triple skeleton grinder, which we've been working on basically since the start of this world. Now, for the longest time, it was just this little place with all walls here. We had like a temporary storage on here. It's only recently, really, that I've started to change it back up and decorate it a bit more and make it into more of a permanent base. We had it 3 high walls. It was a bit scruffy. And yeah, this is a bit of a weird placement. All the spawners are at the same height. The optimal position to spawning all this is probably about dead center, somewhere about here. We've got our full Enchanting Station set up here with music disc and all. That's music's fine, it's dead quiet. We've got all these weird enchanting books. Look at all that knockback. That's insane. Aqua Infinity. Cake. This did have lapis in, or it should have done anyway. Anvil and Ender Chest. Obviously, it's only more recently that we've got shulker boxes in this world anyway. So, Prismarine here. Again, that's more recent stuff. The Guardians were only killed probably a month or 2 ago. It's just bits really in these chests, more dirt. And all these really were designed for when this farm gets used properly, but I'm not really here too much anymore. I don't really need levels now that I've got mending on everything. So really all this is for now is just storage in arrows and bones. Because every time I use this farm, I used to never empty it. So I would find that every so often this farm just wouldn't work. So all these chests at the bottom, like this being a prime example, would be full. I wonder how much these are... Oh, they're getting quite full. I should probably come down here and empty it at some point. Arrows, maybe not so much. But yeah, simple things here. There's actually... Let's get a pick on the bar. Let's get rid of all this stuff. There's actually something... that one. That's block. There it is. There's the... It's underneath all of them. And that's just essentially... It's an item separator, essentially. That's basically all it does. We've got this filter chest on the end, which... basically just loops everything back. I'm looking in the wrong place. It's here. We had a chest for all the items that didn't get sorted, but now I've actually looped it back round again. I've got a full hopper chain which runs all the way down there, drops a block, and then it fires out oddment items into the far corner. Let's kill the skeletons in there. Like, if you might be able to see it, but all the items now shoot out of a dispenser, which is in the floor right here. It's really cool. It's got a 1-tick timer delay under there, but every time I jump down here, I tend to be able to not be able to get back out. So I'm not going to jump down there now. It's not really worth it. This side is actually all the bows, plain bows in there, and all the other bows in these chests right here. All the good ones get kept at the bottom, obviously. Helmets across the top. Why is there 2 helmets missing, but there's 3 in there? Interesting. Let's put those in here. So this one's chest plates, this one's pants, and this one's boots. Another sinuses clearance for me there. This is going to be really annoying. This world tour is going to be so long as it is. We've got a little bit of a mini farm here on the side here, which I added quite recently because of all the AFKing I was doing in this area. I decided that it's worth just to have 2 on and then do a bit of mini farming here, because that means I could go over to my villages and farm. It's only 1 comparator, 3 dust down there, 2 there, and then 2 across the top. All the dispensers would have been full with bone meal, and you turn the lever, makes the horrible clicking noise, so we turn that off. Couple furnace arrays, nothing too fancy with them. But that leads us basically through the first 9 or 10 episodes. Now, I'm not sure really to go through my base, because it's obviously the Season 2 and my original Pocket Edition base, but we'll do it anyway. Because most of you probably will acknowledge that this is my definitive base. I worked on this base for so long. It's taken me 4 years to perfect it, and I still don't like it. Like, it takes me so long to get used to this thing. I change it so much. Like, the original Pocket Edition one didn't have a lower floor. The one in Siege Season 2 had 2 lower floors with a horrible corridor which did no help whatsoever. And in Siege Season 3, it's actually transformed into a combination of 2 bases that I've tried to make. Like, I made this horse storage room right here in not even really this world, but when the horse would have stood on the pressure plate, it kept the trapdoors up. But then if you wanted to release them out, you did a bit of trickery. There was a lever somewhere as well. I think that was actually set up for the back walls, but I think I removed them because it was annoying me. But this is the definitive base. Ignoring this weird parkour, which I got put in because I was a bit bored one day. It's almost the most impossible thing to do. Like, I can't, yeah. Not even going to be worth my time trying this. But this base was thought up and inspired probably 4 years ago. Almost 4 years ago now, at least. Basically in line with my channel length, really. This was all built by TNT back in Pocket Edition when haste wasn't even a thing. And then we obviously me and Mark actually recreated it on Siege Season 2. And then I thought, well, I needed something to put in this world, and I wasn't really happy with the way Siege Season 2 ended. I still like this base. It's really useful, and it's really nostalgic to see this base develop into something that I actually like. Like, for example, the Siege Season 2 base, we literally copied it, and then I changed my mind. Like, that's how annoying this thing was. I actually built the entire thing. Roof, yes. Still got signs on things that I'm never going to finish. Because I was stealing stone brick out of this area as well. But I just didn't like it. Like, this area just felt like it went nowhere. So then I obviously added in the rim in the top of this room. And obviously this has got a fountain and a crafting bench down there. We actually have a ladder back to the old zone where I used to keep villagers, but I killed them because I wanted to put all my villagers in the recent, brand new Iron Golem farm. Yes, we had to find a specific spot for this zombie spawner, which is why the base got put in such a funny position in the middle of the spawn town. It wasn't intended to go there, but it had to just to line the zombie spawner up. That was the one condition we needed from a farm. There we go. I got some boots. I'll leave them. I don't really need them. But yeah, I didn't like the the brewing room being there, and I didn't really finish this either. Kind of just put in one of the old ones. It was a lot of work to get the stuff, especially how early on in the series I was. I just wanted to make a base without telling anybody. And then it was really nice to put a couple of the, do a creative copy world and do all the modded stuff that I did on it. I think that was really cool as well. There should actually be an anvil here, but there isn't. But that's a shame. But there actually also is the same... yes, yeah, signs again for telling me to expand stuff, but there is... notifications. Should remember to turn them off. Yeah. Oh well. So if we actually climb down here, it's a honeycomb designed monster spawner trap. It doesn't actually work as well as it should because of the fact that there's still loads of spawning areas around here. That's a zombie villager. We used to actually have a villager in this wall back in Siege Season 2, but it's quite hard to replicate that sort of stuff nowadays. But that basically covers most of this half of the base. We've got one automatic farm on this side, the cactus farm, and then we've got one manual farm, which is the sugarcane farm. The sugarcane farm has a fully, it's got basically an 80%, it's got 4 sugarcane to 1 water potential. I don't need to harvest this now, so I'm not going to waste my time. But yeah, we have a fully automatic cactus farm down here, which has a chain of hoppers running along the center line there, which I think is actually full now. Because it's been there so long, it's actually filled everything up. So if we go inside here, you can see down the ladder, everything is full. Even all the droppers are full. Like, I'm not really going to break into it to show you, but this was the system I had. The only way to actually get this to work, I've realised, is to put a 1 tick on this. But if it's a torch tower, you kind of do 1 tick and then another tick. It's a really strange way of doing it, and I only actually figured it out when we did, how do I get out? Did I put the wall back? I don't remember doing that. Huh. Strange. Oh. Why can't I get my common sense to leave? There we go. But yeah, we also have a sneaky furnace underneath it, so that we can smelt ourselves some, cactus green. But, as you can tell, more cactus in the furnace as well. It really should be fully automatic to have that much cactus dye, but I just don't think we need it. But you could probably figure out what I'm doing by avoiding the spawn town. I wanted to kind of take the spawn town into a kind of sort of a video of its own, really, because I feel like there's so much more potential to talk about in that. I wanted to kind of show you everything else in my world in this episode, and then I might just shove it on the end, but I feel like breaking this world tour in half would make the most sense. So here, actually, we have this nice little decorated area here where the bridge is from one of the spawn town tunnels are. We actually have a little junction off to the left-hand side here with a minecart chest. Does this thing still actually work? I wonder. It probably does. I just don't think I've got the patience to follow it. But essentially, this actually works as a fully automatic minecart track with train station. So we've actually got a track detector here, that if you put a flint piece, I think it's set to flint at the moment actually, so if you had a minecart chest or a minecart hopper run over it, it would actually automatically change. So if you look here, there's one in there. You can tell how many times I've used it by the fact that there is 7 flint. But yeah, so they got this entire system running here. This is actually a full video on its own right. So if you want more details into looking into this, I suggest you going looking at episode 21, I think. Yeah, it's episode 21, and then the exact same thing is repeated on this side, so that the junction works both ways. And then we kind of built the rest of the track going out this way, and then kind of just made it stop. We've also got in this world a couple of oddment little projects which were started and never really finished. So if we go down over the hill through the tunnel, or over the tunnel as we've just gone, you'll see the end of the station here. Track works quite well. Many items here, in fact. I cannot believe I have so many good, useful items here. That's amazing. 2 stacks of wood. Wow. Oh my goodness me, I did not realize I had so much redstone-based stuff here. That's amazing. Oh, and a minecart as well. We actually might be able to use something. There's a minecart in here? No. Sugarcane, though. I could do with the sugarcane. I'm going to fill my inventory up with absolute junk. I mean, why not? Not the fence post, though. Just, no. Grass? Yes. Do like the grass. So, let's do a bit of this. I only want 3 paper. I just want to kind of fill out my stuff. Let's grab some more fireworks. There we go. 53. But yeah, we've got a couple more houses up here which we started designing back in a test world. That test world actually has a lot in it, which is really surprising. I should have probably slept at the station. Which, that sounds kind of like a homeless person would say that. I'm sleeping at the station. Skeleton, you gonna... There you go. You're not gonna bother me now. No. Good. Whilst I'm trying to do the world tour. So yeah, we've got this really cool designed church, which me and Mark actually came up with ourselves. We are really proud of how this turned out. Another skeleton. This is the only issue with amplified terrain, is all the mobs that spawn so high up on it. They shouldn't do, really. Very weirdly formed village over there. Hi, that must be our welcome priest. Is there anybody else in here? We should be really careful coming in here. But yeah, we came up with this, and then we kind of just worked our way into building it again. I think this was actually the original location up the spiral tower, at least. I think there was something up here. I'm pretty sure it was a gold block or a chest or something. I remember there being some sort of secret thing that we placed up here. There is a chest there. Let's have a look at this. Oh, yeah. I remember what it is now. It's the lease. Oh, I knew there was something we did when we built this. And then, obviously, we took a Geracraft house, which we can't take away the claim for that one, really, because it is an amazing build, for this small little house on the outside as well. This one, which is just round the back here. That one. And then, obviously, we've got a village on the end here with all the villagers that died. It seemed to triple stack itself for some reason because of amplified terrain. It's really stupid. But if we take off, we can actually go to my original starter base, which is just over this hill here. Because this is the spawn point of my world, right here. So, obviously, I built a base right next to the spawn, so I didn't have to set my bed. Which made most sense to me at the time, and then I made this really nice staircase. I was really happy how this turned out, because the melons and pumpkins go really, really well around the outside, because you've actually got them growing underneath here. It's quite sneaky. But yeah, I bet I've got loads of stuff here as well. Jump. Oh, it's the old strip mine. Ah, okay. I grab some slime balls, and I'll return them to you. Take anything you want from what's left. There is a full brewing setup in here. There's some stone. I do really need to go through my entire world's contents. There's dirt. Like a chest of dirt and cobblestone. I could really do with these now. It's honestly weird. But that's amazing. But yeah, just a small little thing. A little tree farm. Homage to my very first ever world. Which was really nice to see. There's wood in there as well. Wow. And another enchanting station. This is incredible. I didn't realize how much stuff I had. Let's go and show off 2 final builds. Now, I'm not going to show off the builds done by Mark or any player else, other players in this world. I'll show them off another time. In fact, I think I'll show them off in the Spawn Town world tour. But if we fly around here, you will notice something which is a homage to a very, very old single player from my Xbox 360 world. Which, as you can tell, we took 2 episodes to build this amazing tower. It's sort of a lighthouse tower, something along those lines. But it's really nice. I really like it. I just took my fireworks off my bar. Okay, let's get a good look at this thing. Yeah, I really do like it. And you can tell, obviously, where the world ends. We wanted to kind of get a lookout point on the edge of the world. Well, this was back when it didn't really have anything. We might as well look at Mark's base while we're here. But this thing got destroyed in a revamp area. So obviously, he took a lot of clay out of the oceans in the original world. I really do like how it turns out, though. When you use clay, the coloring's so much nicer. And Mark was such a good builder anyway. He's probably got stuff up here I can probably take now as well. He's got all his chests. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Nothing in it. But yeah, I should probably really say thanks to everybody that's supporting me through all of this time. There's some food in that one. More cobblestone. There's diamonds. Stack of iron. Oh man, this is epic knowing that nobody else uses this world now. But that's great. But yeah, so next time we will look over the spawn town. This episode is already 30 minutes long. With the high file size that I will get already, it's really not worth me doing an hour's of footage for then spend 5 hours uploading it, because my internet's not great, as you probably can figure out from connections and lag and things like that. But yeah, special thanks to everybody that's supporting me over this time as well. I'd like to say thank you. We'll do a bit more in next episode. I'll talk a bit more about 600 subscribers and things like that as well. But thank you very much for watching the first 50 episodes of Minecraft Xbox One Survival Let's Play, and here's to another 50 by the end of the year. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye-bye.